Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, refs, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut, arm raised with 2 fingers up. JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite. Next level, top shelf. I'm like, ah. Welcome to the show. 2 count. Welcome to the show.
Coming to you.
Oh my God, who's jacked up for tonight? Oh my God.
I got those post WrestleMania blues, baby.
What a WrestleMania. I got to tell you, I was just about as pleased with the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania as I was with all of WrestleMania.
It's the first time I've watched a Raw after Mania. Well, first of all, it's the first time I've watched a full Raw that I wasn't at in years. Yeah. But it actually felt like a Mania after. Like
it was amazing.
They kind of stopped doing a lot of big shit, and this kind of brought it back. There's a lot of big surprises, a lot of shit you didn't see coming, and the crowd was kind of there.
Yeah. Oh, Bugsy,
just so
how did
know,
you love it? How did you love it, Bugsy? What was it like to be there?
I was going to say, we do have an extra guest with us tonight. It's fine. I just want to make sure we acknowledge the fact that this guest will make some extra noise.
I'm going to try to have him take her in the other room. We'll see.
It's fine. Not a big deal. Don't worry.
Lane said you're welcome.
Yeah, he's the best.
You're going to hear her scream in a minute once she realizes that door's shut. He said, they said you're the best.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen. Always tell him he's the best, okay? Listen, Whitney, you can't lose this one, okay? We've lost hope.
You hear this?
She's adorable. She's adorable.
She loves me. She's a bad judge of character. Come here. Come on. You want to come say hi?
We love you too, but you know, we also drink a lot. Well, I drink a lot. Everybody else has problems. Other problems.
Say hi.
Hi.
There's our buddy. Hey.
She'll be okay. She'll have fun. Do you care to introduce her?
She watched Elimination Chamber with me. She likes Jey Uso. She says yeet.
Yeet.
Let's see you do yeet. Can you do yeet?
Yeet?
Sounds like she's Cody Rhodes' entrance song, though.
She thinks you guys are funny.
Bugsy misses Vegas. Yeah, I suppose so, man. Suppose so.
So were you there also, Bugsy, for the Raw, or did you come home before?
He said he just got home. See right there. He just got home.
Oh, well, but that could mean anything.
First of all, I love his dedication to the show.
Yes.
I witnessed that.
Joy's the best. I'm stressed out.
I'm stressed out.
You should be stressed out. Yeah. If anything, she's a delightful background noise right now. So, in fact, actually, she probably has better takes on wrestling than you ever will. So,
chug.
I'm sure most of the people watching right now are like, they let her have a kid?
Yeah, where did she come from? Huh.
What? First of all, Bugsy, what does all the events mean? Is that just like WWE Universe or World, or is that GCW? Is that WrestleCon?
Indie stuff?
Thank you.
What's all the events? She's super polite, by the way. She starts to thank you more of the time than I ever heard Whitney say thank you. Oh, you shouldn't do that in front of a child. You're a bad example.
She didn't even look at her.
I know.
She doesn't care.
They yeet.
Yeet. Yes.
Yeet.
Oh, the
Yeet.
oh the
Yeet. Yeet. Yeet.
Yeet.
the
Yeet.
yeah.
Yes.
This is what we need. Oh, here we go. TNA, Raw, SmackDown, WrestleMania, WWE World, WWE. Hi. Good for you, Bugsy. Looks like you made a hell of a go of it. Where do
Did
we
you
wanna
buy a
start?
bunch of merch?
What'd you buy me?
Oh. Okay, Whitney. It's not always about you, Whitney.
It's always about me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, know your place. You're not top shelf, so you're just.
No, I don't sit on the shelf.
I don't sit on the shelf either. Mostly because I'm pretty sure it's never going to hold my weight.
I think he misspoke. He was going to say he didn't shit on the shelf, but I'm
He
like, you're
definitely
right, shit on a shelf.
Fine.
Can you come sit here? Can you sit here? You sit there. Can Boo Boo put you over there? Ready? Okay.
He said he already showed you what he got.
I said, what'd you get for me?
Again. What a spoiled brat. Not you, Dallas. Not you.
Dallas, spoiled girl, too. I'm teaching her all the right ways.
Okay, well, all right.
I believe it.
The right ways, the wrong ways, whatever. Taco Belair auto picture and some yeets. See, there you go.
Yeets
Well, it's great.
Here.
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start night one?
I'm pulling up night one. I'm just and I was also sending.
We should start with night 2 because night 1 was better.
Motherfucker! I just got the results for night. Fine, Whitney.
No, that's fine. No. I'm just happy to be here. You know.
Oh,
happy to be included.
You know what, Whitney? By the way, if it wasn't said enough on Saturday, thanks for jumping on FaceTime a few times with Ace and giving us your input. We do appreciate
Very
that.
embarrassing to get me in the middle of tears and yelling.
We knew we needed the reaction during the Uso match.
I think I cried during Monday Night Raw too.
You know, Backlash is right there.
Just during the celebration.
Did you cry because Rusev came back?
No, but you know what? I was so surprised at that pop. Like, it was cool to see him back and all, but like, it didn't make sense though. Why'd he come out then? Like, that just wasn't.
Just because he had that. So he came out and beat up Otis, and Otis is supposed to be a big tough guy.
Why doesn't he like Otis? What did I miss?
It isn't that he doesn't. I hope he comes back as the Redeemer from AEW because that was the best.
I just want to know when all these AEW marks are going to quit talking shit about all of us because all of their guys keep coming right back.
Well, I'll tell you this. And we've talked about this before. Like, I love the talent in AEW. It's just,
they're misused.
Tony needs help. That's all it is. But perfect example of really just missing what you had though is if you guys need to go watch the Ricky Saints Ethan Page match from Stand and Deliver for the title of the US their US Continental or whatever it is.
North American?
The North American title. That thing was a fucking great match. That was a great match. The tag match was a great match, and I'm not even that familiar with the fucking guys who won it. That was my first time. Hank and Tank. The women's 4-way, phenomenal. Which, by the way, I'll say it right now, winner of the whole fucking weekend, if you ask me, going through Monday, is Stephanie McClure. Her fucking her star got fucking put on the map this weekend.
Well, I mean, because she was front and center during the AAA WWE presser, so she was right there.
From that, you go from her amazing match and retaining at Stand and Deliver.
Yep.
And then you go to her and Io Monday, which, other than the storyline ending, that was probably one of the best matches of the week.
Well, I mean, and honestly, Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Vikur, if they're all on the main roster right now, I mean, holy shit. I mean, how can you stack an already women's division more than adding those three? Because that's just a lot of talent right there. That's just a lot.
We saw a lot of great shit out of the women's division this weekend. That's very true.
Well, you know what we could have seen, and we didn't, was actual individual titles from the women's division that wasn't the main two. Because, I mean, Lyra Valkyria, sure. She only went for the tag titles, but then where was Chelsea Green? Chelsea Green, if she's not on WrestleMania, what the fuck's going on? To be real honest,
it's super, super weird. Kind of makes you think there's something bigger in store for her, which is why they held her off. That, or they're just like, hey,
why don't they do matches during the pre-show anymore?
They didn't really, right?
Well, that was just 3 hours of them just talking.
Yeah. I
Which,
don't.
to their credit, there wasn't a lot of triple or Booker T. So bravo, WWE. Way to understand.
Dude, they kept his ass on NXT, and that was it. And even that was fucking. That was probably the worst thing of the NXT show was fucking Booker T on commentary, except when fucking Vacure did her little fucking whatever they're calling it right now, and he goes all fucking crazy with the da or whatever.
Yeah, the which she tweeted out about that after WWE posted it from Charlotte doing it. Akira was saying, "I think mine's been a little bit better with the peach emoji." So.
Yeah.
But Charlotte has done that move for a while.
Yeah, basically she was implying that she has an ass though in Charlotte.
Well, I know, but they need to leave my girl alone. She's perfect.
Well, all right.
Is beautiful.
Hey,
it depends on what plastic surgery.
Look, if you're gonna tie her up against Stephanie McCure,
first of all, Tom, who the fuck are you to talk about anybody? Okay.
All day.
I'm top shelf. That's who I am. I'm top shelf. I can talk about who the fuck ever I want.
Charlotte is gorgeous.
Not saying she's not, but just say she's perfect.
Yes, she's perfect.
What if someone was like, "But Whitney, you look better than Charlotte"?
No, I don't. She's Charlotte Flair. Are you fucking kidding me?
Just the look on her face of her own disgust. Which
yeah, how dare you? God. Disgusting.
All right, you know what? I'll never understand the female species. Y'all are fucking a little bit nuts, anyways.
I think Charlotte and I look like we could be cousins.
Yeah, a little bit, I suppose. But to say she's perfect just makes fucking
perfect.
No, I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Whitney, you and I don't agree on a whole lot, and this is definitely one we don't agree on. You're wrong. You're wrong. Straight up wrong. Hi.
Don't talk to him.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
Do
Hello.
yeet again. Do yeet again. Yeet, yeet, yeet.
Tell him yeet. Honestly, I was so annoyed when Becky brought her kid to the post conference. Now I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Hi. Yeah, you're not wrong. Actually, that did get kind of annoying because
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Called her annoying. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You play.
That's fantastic.
She did not learn any of this from you.
Dan said Charlotte has had enough work done. She should be good looking. Well,
so
I'll say this. Personal choice.
What has Charlotte had done that makes her unattractive?
I'm not saying she's unattractive. What I'm saying is personal choice for me. I don't like the look. I don't like it. I'm not saying she's not beautiful, but I just don't like the look. I think she was better looking before she had all the look done. Just gonna say. Just saying. Again,
I just think she looks like a dad, and sometimes that can be off-putting.
Honestly, Whitney, if you look at her and Cher, she looks a lot like yes.
No, she doesn't.
Saturday,
she looks
look a little
nothing like Cher. You guys are
you're so wrong.
A little
well,
like a better looking Cher.
Cher is
a younger Cher.
Charlotte is beautiful.
Actually, literally, I started typing into Google here, Cher and Charlotte Flair, and it didn't come up in a Google search.
Slade.
So
people have been I'm not the only one that thinks that way.
Do you believe in love?
Oh, this is funny.
Say again, fun?
Fine. All right. I don't know. I don't remember if this is in any specific order because I really don't remember how Sunday started. But was it AJ and Logan? They didn't kick it off. Who kicked it off?
What, night two?
Night two.
Was the women's triple threat.
Yeah, the women's triple threat, the best match.
Yep. So
I think it really was. Actually, I really do believe it was the best match because then it was that, then followed by the street fight. Then we had Logan Paul, and AJ Styles. Then the women's tag, and then I believe it was Cody and John Cena. Did you just drop her on her head?
You were so
no, Lane took her.
Oh.
Someone loves me. Okay.
Yes, we listen.
Right now, it's not that little kid crying.
It is her because she wants me back.
All she needs is a wheelchair and some cake.
I know that's right.
Whitney, we've never once said that people don't love you. I don't know where this is coming from. We've never said that about you.
Right now, it sounds
I'm
like
saying it.
both the people in that house with her don't love her.
Which
That
match did you want to talk
and I
out on,
walked
Bugsy?
out
The
on
triple
the
threats?
triple threat?
Paul and
Rhea
Styles?
Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky. I think we all I pretty sure I said Io was retaining. Did we all pick
I think
Io?
we all kind of
No. I picked Bianca just because I thought there's for
I
sure
wasn't
no
even
way.
interested in that match, and it was the best match.
Yeah, right. Ended up being best night or
Yeah.
best match of the night.
the thing about it is Io Sky is highly underrated. I mean, when I think about some of the stuff that's gone on, she's done some of the craziest shit. And
She's a great wrestler. I just hate that I don't understand when she talks. And I know
exactly.
that's so horrible, but
that's one of the things. That's one of the things because it's the same thing with Asuka. Asuka's
Yeah.
so freaking good, and
Yeah.
you can't understand her. I mean,
I'll tell you what. When she gave her little her little celebration on Monday in the ring, Io, that was my thought. I was like, oh, dude, how fucking crazy would it be if Asuka came back?
That's what I was hoping.
How fucking crazy. It wasn't that, but you know what? I'll
Just
take
as
Stephanie. I'll take Stephanie coming out there and
Just
challenging
as
her.
good.
I just wish it would have been for the title and they did like a Paige AJ type shit.
Well, I'm with Bugsy here, by the way, too. I actually picked Bianca Belair because I thought if you straddled her with this stupid Naomi and Jade Cargill stuff, you gotta give her some payoff that works for her.
She got payoff. She got to use her fucking hair as a weapon again.
Stupid.
That should be
illegal.
That should be it should be illegal. B, somebody ought to choke her the fuck out with that hair.
How is it not considered a weapon? It's leaving welts, man. Like,
how does it not come off of her head?
First of all, listen, Whitney, I at least saw it. Maybe I don't think the audience saw it, but I saw you putting in extensions on Saturday. So, like,
that's what I'm saying. I couldn't whip that shit around and beat somebody with it. It'd be falling out of my head.
But again, you see how it's fucking knotted up in the back there, and then it's a
ponytail. The ponytail version.
I'm sure it's sewn
maybe
in.
hers are sewn in.
I'm sure hers are sewn in.
There's still though. I can't believe some of it doesn't come out. Like, because even sew-ins are like little individual like pieces. I can't believe none of it falls. That must be why she braids it. But
A, should be illegal for her to use that hair. C, if it's not going to be illegal, somebody needs to use it against her all the fucking time.
You old curmudgeon. Jesus Christ.
No, because if they use it against her, they're going to call it to get off of her hair.
I just want
the ref wouldn't let him do it. He'd probably fight him.
When do we get to see someone cut that off her head?
Maybe we'll get a heel turn.
Probably never, because again, you don't want to have to pay for that shit, dude. But also, look at what Jade Cargill did. She won her match night one, not to like jump around, but then she just put her extensions in for the presser that she had to do afterwards. So
I can't believe she won.
See,
I can't believe they even had that match.
You hear that?
Oh,
you guys, I'm gonna have to get off here at like 8.
Don't do that to him.
I feel so bad.
It's just so funny that like you popped in and there was just like a fucking kid there. It's like, where did you get a kid?
It's my little bestie. She doesn't know better.
See,
obviously, yeah, we're gonna get to that too. AJ Styles, Logan Paul,
very dominant. Yeah. This honestly, we've seen better from both of these guys. It was probably one of AJ Styles' worst matches in his career. I ain't gonna lie. And him no-selling his own move done against him just to then hit Logan Paul with the Styles Clash. I thought, first of all, that was probably the best part of the match. But also, I don't know.
Oh my god, now the cat's meowing outside the door for me. I can't do this.
You got so many things that want attention from you right now. It's ridiculous.
They're also needy.
I'm gonna get off of here at 8.
All right.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's fine. We'll hopefully have another guest on anyways, so who knows, but
yeah, I don't know.
We were doing fine without you anyways.
It wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't.
I know, but I want to talk about Mania.
You know, that's the thing. It just was. And then we had Randy Orton, which I think safe to say no one saw that one coming.
No.
No, it was fun. It was a fun match instead of just a squash match. It was fun.
It was a fun squash match.
Yeah, can I say this? With all the hype, especially yesterday with Randy Orton and John Cena and that scenario, and then Michael Cole just throws out the fact that, like, oh, RKO, like Randy Orton's just a little bit behind John Cena. Look at that. Victor Payne's back in here, top shelf for sure. And Diamante Dad, thanks for shouting out the top shelf. But realistically, if I was Randy Orton, I would have maybe just even changed the script a little bit. Been like, hey, man, like, I don't know who the hell you are, or I wasn't ready for you, Joe Hendry. I know who you are, but I wasn't ready for you. Like, to make this fair, put the belt on the line. And if he goes to TNA, if he wins that belt, because they win, he would have it around it. Send him over to TNA, have him do some cool shit over there, probably to have to defend against formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. Ooh, come on now. Come on. That puts him real close to the title. And then now Backlash has a whole different fucking story. It was like, well, if Randy Orton gets to 16, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's cool. But the thing, like, my whole thing watching that match was like, okay, where it wasn't like a Rusev, it wasn't a return, it was Joel Hendry, it was more of just a fun spot, right?
Yeah,
that's what that whole thing ended up being, and it was fine. It was great. It did
Sucks
leave
for
me.
Randy though.
Well, and that's the thing. I watched it, and coming away from that was like, kind of sucks for Orton though, because like he didn't get to like really do a real like match. There was no real. He had like the gaggy fun spot of the night, you know what I mean? He had the Brodus Clay dancing mamas, you know. But then they made up for it the next night. They fucking made up for it the next night, because I think that's another thing. When we knew Cena said this is my final year, the ball starts spinning. Who are going to be the people we see? That was the first question. Who all gets a chance at Cena on this final run before he's supposedly going to be gone forever? Are they going to throw some fucking old rivals in? Is it going to be all new guys? Is it going to be the current? What was going to be this balance? Cody obviously was a big first choice, but it kind of makes me more excited about what we're going to see over the next few months till he's done. Because like I would have never guessed that. Oh, we're going to get an Orton and Cena match on Cena's final run in the WWE.
I mean, if Wade Barrett was still active, I would love to see Wade Barrett and maybe some of those old Nexus guys come back just to be in his corner against John Cena. I think that'd be fucking fun, but he's just not in there, obviously. But yeah, Victor Payne's right. Yeah, just seeing the TNA champion, by the way, at Mania is pretty cool, because obviously they've had several women's knockout champions. Joe Hendry was obviously part of the Royal Rumble last year, so. But yeah,
that's what I think of that though, is like stuff like that happening at the Rumble. It's odd to see it at WrestleMania. You would think they'd keep that exclusive.
Well, and I think Victor, I think you're gonna see something big with Cross. I think those seeds have been planted. I think we saw a little bit of it on Monday with him confronting AJ, and then him and his little New Day interaction with that. That's been going on for a while too. And then the promo, right, that he did on the WrestleMania day today or yesterday, whatever it was, yesterday. Like there's something going on. Like you can feel tides are changing for Karrion Kross. He's gonna have a big year, and we're gonna see that starting now, I think. But yeah, otherwise, Orton, fun time. But yeah, pumped to see where that's gonna go after Monday. But Sin City Street Fight, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre.
This was one of the worst street fight hardcore matches I've seen in my fucking entire life. I mean, they hit some spots, obviously, but my God,
two big guys can't do a street fight.
Not like that. Not with that crowd around though, too. Like that's the thing. You gotta see them hit some fucking shit on the outside, like a kendo stick burst over somebody's fucking head. You gotta see some blood squirting on people and stuff. But
I like Priest, but I just I never really saw him getting that title run he got, so it was kind of hard to get into it. And now it's just kind of like, well, Drew needed somebody, right?
True. Yeah, Drew needed somebody.
It was not interesting.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
I don't get it.
this was your year build, kind of like this was literally one of the matches that was a year build from last year's WrestleMania, and it didn't involve CM Punk.
But we didn't know it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't. I mean, the video package leading into it, they gave that hint to it, but that's the main event. That's the main event match.
A month ago, I would even told you that. I'd have been like, nah, that's not a thing. But whatever. Again, for me, I'm not a Priest guy. I like McIntyre. He's great. Hopefully, they find something to do with him. He's always had a hard run ever since the COVID champ. It's been hard for him.
He's not interesting.
And that's the thing. He's just
he doesn't stand out like in any way.
That's because you hate Scottish people. Just fucking let it be known, Whitney.
I do like him as a heel.
Yeah, he's great as a heel.
I think he's a great heel.
What is your deal? What's your deal, Whitney?
What?
What's your deal? Why don't you like Scottish people?
It's just Drew McIntyre.
I mean, okay, sure.
Drew McIntyre and Tom. There's the only two people I don't fucking like.
In the whole world, Tom.
Fucking
whole entire world. Very small list.
Hey,
and
you know what?
Probably first. I could learn to like Drew.
Fucking hate.
Hey, you know what? You know what's great about this, Whitney? There's 8 billion people in this fucking world, and you don't like me, and I'm one of 2. Fuck.
You're gonna cry about it later. I know.
Nope, it's fucking making me more and more like a unicorn, bitch. Thanks so much.
I don't think I'd go that far.
Stella, baby.
Maybe, but not a unicorn.
How many people do Whitney hate? Drew McIntyre, Tom Chilstrom. That's it. 2 people out of 8 billion.
I forgot I had pictures.
You know what? I'll say this about that Paul and Styles match. So Paul did not help himself out on this one. Whitney likes me? Yeah, Troy. I'm sure. You're a likable guy, it seems like.
Troy's the best.
See, there you go. You're the best.
I think Logan Paul did great. No one thought so?
I thought it was good.
It's not that he didn't do good. It's just that in my mind,
his entrance was my favorite too.
Well, he's becoming a one-trick pony. He does these great matches, but there's no teeth to anything. He's gonna fight AJ Styles. Okay. And then afterwards he's just all, I do everything. They call me, I do it.
Well, and I think that's the thing. A lot this week with him has been, are you gonna ever show up to Raw though? So I think that's what the storyline's turning into, because he mentioned it a whole lot this weekend. So I do think that over the time we're going to start seeing like that kind of shit happen. They're going to call him out. He's going to have to start showing up, shit like that, as the story for him, because why else?
And his whole entire song talking about being humble, and he just talked about being humble, how he stays humble the whole walk out. His entrance was so cool. I think that was like the coolest entrance in a long time.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Pop Star Keep On Keeping On or whatever with Andy Samberg? Oh God, yeah, watch it anyway.
Never seen it. Yeah, shit, human being. Yeah, that's probably fair. Seems like it.
Yeah. Here's the deal, though. You can never knock him for going all in. Like, he is somebody who came from the outside, had influence, was able to kind of get his way in there, but you do also kind of have to respect the fact that he like went 100% in though, like training wise. Like, there's a lot of people who wouldn't go as hard as he's gone. So, what do we got?
The IG, Troy. Let us know what the IG is. We'll go check it out.
Fatal 4-way match for the IC title: Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor.
All right, this was
Dude,
better than I thought.
How fucking over was that? Like, how did this happen? How did we go from this guy couldn't cut a promo and got booed, and we were all like, he's the biggest heel in the business, to this weekend he became the biggest face?
That was awesome to see, though. It was so cool. Like, just seeing everybody. Oh, it was so cool.
And I love the fact that at some point we're going to get to see the Demon again.
Was that specifically why he came back down to the ring? I kind of missed that, and they've never fully replayed it. I haven't went back to rewatch it. Because he took off once he won the title. He went running up the ramp.
I think he ran up the ramp with the belt because everyone else was still in the ring, right?
Oh, okay.
And then once it cleared out,
missed
I
that
think he
part.
ran back in to celebrate. Playing that squirrely little rap guy because he's just. But it was great. I'm also like anytime Braun Breaker loses the title, I'm all for it. Fucking amen.
And of course, he got to lose the title so he could join up with his new pal.
Well, and I'll tell you this: we've talked about how like I've literally said probably last week that like he wouldn't be as bad if he had someone to talk for him.
It's a carbon copy of Brock, honestly.
That's why he just barks and he doesn't talk.
Well, and now he'll have Heyman, and now they'll have, and then on top of that, we saw returning Becky Lynch. Well, fast forward to them winning those tag titles. That was Lyra's surprise tag partner to then just turn on her on Monday Night Raw, which
was awesome.
Which it was awesome. I thought she was going to do it at Mania, honestly. Like, because the first thing when she popped out, I was like, oh well, she wants the IC title. I don't think she's ever had that. Like, Becky's going to be a Grand Slam champ, right? Like, she's one of them gals that will be. And also, because of that heel turn, she can now slide right into that stable with Mr. Heyman.
I mean, as the man and her husband's there, yeah. That makes plenty of sense.
Do you think they'll start? Do you think everyone will boo her? It's been over a year since she. I can't imagine.
I think they will for a minute, but that's going to be the dicey thing. I think people are going to like this little Heyman stable.
I mean, because they thought everyone was going to be so excited to see poor Charlotte come back, and it was rough.
And plus, nobody loves Lyra Valkyria that much to where it was like, oh, we're heartbroken that you've beaten the hell out of our favorite. She's nobody's favorite. I mean, people like her.
Here's the deal. Like Tom said, right? Yeah. And this will be her story, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they won those titles, I was like, oh, they're losing those back to them tomorrow. I didn't see the heel turn necessarily, but she ain't going to be running around with 2 titles.
Well, because here's the deal. Lyra's like a really, really uber baby face, right? And that doesn't go far. Not unless you're like John Cena. Like, it's just, for the girls, it's hard to have that. Like, Bayley did it. And then everybody thought Bayley could never do anything but that. So I think this is the attempt to harden her a little bit to try to get more of the crowd on her side. Because now she's going to go through this emotional battle too, right? That's going to be the story here, is that like her hero's Becky, and her hero just literally beat the fuck out of her. And now her hero wants her title. So like Tom said, I think this little feud with Becky will make her, though. I don't know what the point was. Here's the deal.
I thought they just wanted to give Becky her pop at Mania. Yeah. She got to talk and be a good guy during the presser. Like, I just thought they wanted to give her that. That was what I thought it was for.
Yeah, basically a welcome back. And
I mean, I didn't see the heel turn coming, but once it did, I was like, okay, they just gave her Mania and that big return.
Welcome back, and Monday night back to business.
And it's the rub on Liv and Raquel too. They're now 4-time tag champs, so they're now putting together this nice little streak of they're gonna maybe go down as one of the most women.
I love Liv, but I am so on the fence about Raquel. Like, they work well together. I don't. There's just something about her that I don't know. She's not bad, but she's just.
You want a little more from her.
Yeah, I don't. She hasn't really done anything.
Liv is the entire personality of the team.
She's got so much personality, and Raquel really doesn't have. Raquel, it's like she's trying to be like Diesel, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. You look like him, but
right.
Bugsy, in hindsight, I think you're right, but at the moment,
well, I don't think. But I think for them,
it wasn't at the time.
Well, for them, it wasn't about the match. For them, it was about Becky's return.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, that's it's a Mania moment. They're not all gonna be Mania matches. They're gonna be Mania.
So did they really do Bayley dirty, or does she have something else?
Well, no. The talk is that this was planned for months. At least from what I heard, like the last month or two, it was known that Bayley wasn't actually gonna end up being in this match. But also, this kind of help. I think if they do it right, this could help Bayley, because now Bayley can because she's in the midst of really becoming face again, right? With this new not hugger Bailey though. So
Yeah.
like she can now be Lyra's buddy in all this, and who knows, maybe this leads to, because Bailey has also said recently, like in interviews, that like she did not get to the levels of Charlotte and Becky. That they're there, she's here, and she still needs to get here. Maybe this is slowly planting that seed that will have that epic Becky and Bailey showdown.
Well,
I think
probably.
she'll leave and go with Sasha.
What's that?
I think she'll leave and go with Sasha.
There's
Or
been grumblings
Mercedes.
about
Maybe.
that. But,
I don't like Mercedes.
well, all right. You're just not an AEW mark. You're just a WWE
I'm just a
mark.
hater. I'm just a hater tonight.
She's all right. And I don't think the character is as good as it was when she was in WWE. I just don't.
No.
It works.
But the other part of it is she doesn't have as many good talent to play off with that character either.
That, or she's just not getting set up properly with it.
Yeah, at least developed talent.
Like, here's the deal: Harley Cameron is an amazing talent. We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
But like Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, like her or not, Hall of Fame career to this point, right? For the things she's done in both companies. Honestly, Harley's not that great of a wrestler yet. She's still really fucking new. She's great. She ain't at that level yet. So that is a drop down, having that kind of feud over there for Mercedes, and like she should be top of the card AEW and working that top tier talent. But again, Tom, top. But again,
top shelf, baby.
But again, too, Tony isn't booking top tier talent on that show accordingly to their in-ring work.
Well, you have to look at it another way.
If you can be that entertaining like Jade was and have the look and all that, you're going to get a rocket up your ass whether you can wrestle in the ring or not.
You got to look at this a different way too, though. When you talk about WWE and how people got elevated there, it's because people wrestled Natalya, because Natalya could carry talent that was not at her level and elevate them. That's what Charlotte did. That's what, in essence, Becky came to do. But part of that is because Becky did that with Charlotte. They don't have that talent there. Mercedes is not that talent that can elevate somebody else. She's good, but she's not nearly as capable as a Charlotte or a Natalya, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, and Natty had a big weekend. Natty had her first blood sport match, whole new style, and then had a little run-in with the NWA Women's Champion in the crowd that night. So we also get this AAA announcement. We see today, breaking news, they're trying to work or acquire another international promotion, Latin one, I think. I don't remember. Maybe not Latin, but they're trying to acquire another international promotion. They had that.
Everything.
I don't know. They wrestling's a monopoly. Apparently, it has to be that way. But I mean, there had to be an okay between NWA and WWE for that Natalya shit to go down like that. Otherwise, they wouldn't. So I mean, we're in a time now. I think we said it last week. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see AEW and WWE eventually maybe share some talent or something, because I think Hunter's pretty open to a lot if it makes any sense. If it's going to make money.
I can't see that.
No, but here's the thing.
I don't think matches, but I think shared talent possibly.
These companies are aware now that it's different than it was, right? And so if there's talent here that you can use, in essence, it goes back the way that the territories were. They used to run talent all over, and everybody was completely fine and happy with it. And as Ace said, I think that it's an entire possibility with the way things are moving now.
Anything's possible at this point. But main event: Cody Rhodes, John Cena gets the win with the assist of Travis Scott. So here's the deal. I get it. Travis Scott really wasn't needed. I get it. He's training. He's going to be involved. Which, by the way, also Kathy Kelly's been secretly training and is eventually going to be getting into the ring here soon.
Hell yeah!
What? Awesome. Good on her. Everything, like, if you would have left Travis Scott part out of this,
Yes.
would have been great. It would have been a fucking 10 out of 10 for me. That kind of ruined it because...
But you had to have a way for Cena to not win clean.
Exactly. But you also thought, okay, well, and you also thought, well, if Travis is there, Rock's going to be there.
Travis got that one good hit in on Cody, though, that I really didn't mind that it was him.
Hey, Cody didn't mind either. He's like the only one that was like, no, it was all good. And he's going to probably get his receipt eventually. And again, it's been said Travis Scott's training. So.
I can't get behind.
He's a fucking skinny toothpick kind of dude. Like, yeah.
Well, and this whole Cactus Jack line that he's doing with, I'm sorry, but dude, you ain't no Mick Foley, dude. Like, you look like you run away from every fucking fight that's ever come your way. Gangsta. Like, come on, man. Like,
I know, that's what we were watching. I told Lane, like, when he came down there, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he got in the ring and just pulled out a gun? He's like, no!
What you gonna do?
Oh, my God.
What now?
This is how we wrestle. This is how we wrestle.
God damn, Travis Scott's fucking tough. All right, man. All right, chill, dude. Chill.
I'll tell you what I loved about this whole thing, though, was this is exactly what Cena said we were going to get, and anyone who thought it was going to be different is a fucking idiot. I loved the fact that this was, like, he's never wrestled a match like that. He's never done the moves like that. He's never fucking just, selling was different. His offense was different. Everything about him was different. The entrance.
Right? Was crazy.
Cena, and that's what was great, because Cena is known to be the guy that has some of the most over-the-top fucking WrestleMania entrances in the game. And at his very last one, it's just a fucking spotlight like Batista and then his name in white lettering. Like,
that was pretty fucking dope, man. That's a dope entrance.
It's so good. And then just no sells the crowd. Like, I love it. It was, the whole thing too. And I was telling Tom that somebody we know was online talking about this last night, and made the comment of, I get it, a lot of people are mad at the ending and how it went down and blah, 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 and that it wasn't, and it was underwhelming, the ending, right? People were not happy that it wasn't as exciting as the ending as it could have been. Well,
didn't need to be.
It didn't need to be, because this is the start. This isn't the payoff.
I thought it was exciting. Like,
I thought so too. I had a great time watching it.
It wasn't like I thought night ones was obviously way more exciting.
Yeah,
but like that's the type of exciting I felt like it was supposed to be.
Yeah, no, it's just people like to bitch, so they are.
The whole idea, though, that he's just doing what he needs to do now. That's beautiful.
Yeah, no one's gonna ever hold this title again. All those legacies of the previous winners, they go home with me. Like, you're gonna have to start a whole new title, like, and that's how you knew, like, this is where, okay, he's like, I'm gonna ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
So that was the begin. The payoff's gonna be that last 36th date. Maybe not the last. Maybe the last is gonna be like him being hustle, loyalty, respect Cena, and have an actual, like, true send off. I did see that announcement for Mick Foley, or maybe not Milwaukee. Maybe I seen he's coming to Des Moines.
First of all, there's no way to really improve Milwaukee, but it's called the Improv in Milwaukee. But no E there at the end, Dan. I know your spelling is a little whack, so I'll give you a pass. But again, there's no way to actually improve Milwaukee. Total pile of shit town.
I think he's down somewhere in Iowa, like Davenport or something, too, or Cedar Rapids.
First of all, Mike, we're not going to skip it. I'm going to try and at least get through the first half of the game tonight, because we got the Wolves and Wild, like, right after NXT tonight. So, and then look at who
the Grizzlies game going on now.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. By the way, everybody, it's Tovar's birthday today. Everybody,
hey!
Steven Tovar.
Happy birthday, Steven!
Happy birthday!
He still stopped in to say hello to the 2 count. Well, it's mostly just me, anyways. But, like, he's one of those ones that
he's known me longer than he known you, you dipshit.
I was just gonna get to that. Fuck, Jesus, because it's only because he mentioned me, dude. Like, that's all. Oh, look,
he mentions you because he dislikes you the most.
All right, let's get to them. Let's get through night one, so Whitney can go relieve her boyfriend there, since she stuck him with a kid that he probably didn't know about till today. that existed.
It's yours.
He's like, what the fuck? You got a kid?
Like
no,
that might
we
be the
had
best
her.
thing ever
We
happened to
have
Walker.
her often. He just didn't know I had her today until today. Yeah.
That's funny. All right, well, we'll start off with the match that kicked it off. Jey Uso and Gunther.
Boring match.
If you
Boring
watch
match.
the match, hey, it was a
I
good.
just really felt like Jay seemed super nervous. Like at the beginning, I almost thought he was gonna like faint.
I mean, you gotta. Well, he got so blown up, fucking walking all those steps.
No, literally, I was like, he's gonna be. That's what I said. I was like, he is not gonna be able to perform by the time he gets down there.
So I think whoever did his like the wrap on his fingers, because he took that off, he took that fucking arm sleeve up. I don't think he was comfortable with whatever the fuck he had going on injury wise with that arm and hand. I think he was just like, that's not true, Tovar. You don't dislike me. No one really dislikes me. You just kind of hate me a little bit. That's all. But I think he was just kind of uncomfortable. So I think it was more like, I got to take a bump here because I don't know how, like, shoulder, elbow, hand, wrist. I don't know.
When he sat down on the ropes before it even started, I was like, is he winded? Is he nervous? Like, what are we doing?
He made up for it Monday night, Dan. If you didn't watch Monday night, he
I
attacked the living shit out of McAfee and Cole.
that was actually the first thought when that happened, because I had saw Dan's message the night before about how Gunther's future was over, and I was like, I mean, it didn't look great after that loss.
Someone posted a few matches of him though where he always kind of fast taps.
Probably, but I mean, like JR said, going to what he did on Monday though, and it was like, oh nope, Gunther's gonna be fine. And it's about fucking time we get McAfee back in the ring.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and if you're trying to book Backlash, it's not a bad idea to throw McAfee in there for that, you know, because it's not a premium. I mean, it's premium live event, right? But it's not your top tier. It's not your top 4, and he's got the time right now, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait until we get to it, but the whole idea of Tessitore coming back in to take his place was fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. He did such a good job.
Yeah, I love Joe Tessitore. I actually started watching Holy Moly reruns last night before bed, just because I was like, I fucking love Joe. Him and Rob Riggle are hilarious on Holy Moly. Fucking Riggle breaks him so many times on that show, and he just fucking, it's hilarious. But no, dude, I think we were talking about it on Saturday. His delivery, his voice, everything. One of the best at it when it comes to play. Kind of reminds you back of like Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah.
His name was like, that guy was a fucking, anyways.
I just cannot believe Jay is the champion.
Jay is the champion. If you watched the watch line, you got to see Whitney cry like a baby.
I also feel so bad for Jimmy.
You shouldn't feel bad for Jimmy. I'll be honest with you. As far as talent level, though, like Jay's kept himself in better shape, I think, overall. I think he's at a higher caliber of wrestler. Also, too, let's not skate over this fact, because we touched on it a little bit on Saturday. Who's this broad trying to steal Whitney's fucking Jey Uso?
Me and that bitch are gonna have a match. Tell you what.
Okay, don't.
I'm telling you, she just got on Twitter and was like, "Well, if that cute blonde can do it, I could give it a whirl," and it was not the vibe.
And if I honestly don't feel bad for Jimmy, because I think he's still a better drunk driver than his brother.
Hey.
I just like to see him go out there and celebrate him, knowing that like nothing's happening for him. I'm like, that's so sad.
Well, speaking of that, Jade Cargill defeated Naomi on night 1, and
to no one giving a shit about it.
Yeah, that was one of the few matches.
I was shocked she won. I thought they'd give Naomi a little more. I don't know. I don't know. They just start a story and then end it so quickly sometimes that I'm always like, oh no, she'll win, and they'll carry it on a little bit longer. But
it's because I think they want the Jade Cargill Bianca Belair match.
Yeah. Well, then they should have went with that the fucking first match.
Just walked right out. Go get your popcorn or shit. I'll say this though too about Naomi did not do the full gear change. She still has those fucking glow shoes. Yeah. And they fucked up, like Devin pointed this out during the watch along. They still had this disco ball thing. Oh man, I was gonna do all that shit later. 2 minutes with Todd stuff, but like that's fine. Also, you might as well show the other part of that. We can give you a little preview about what all this is gonna be. So she looked like this on her entrance, which reminds me of Dragon Ball Z and the Ginyu Force. Look at these fucking shoulder pads. The fucking the audacity of this broad to think that she could be part of the most elite fighting crew in all of the universe. The Ginyu Force.
I don't even think her outfit was like. I don't even think that's very like original. Her glow shit was at least.
Oh, it's Owen Hart.
Yeah.
It's not even
fucking Owen Hart.
Ace with the fucking reference, baby. Hell yeah. There you go. Absolutely.
Are
they even allowed to do that? What's her name will have a fit?
Yeah, Martha Hart.
Marsha.
Yeah.
I don't even feel comfortable saying his name.
Right. Ray Phoenix took on El Grande Americano. Very celebrated lucha.
The most historical event for Lucha Libre happened on Saturday, and it was El Grande Americano getting that victory over Ray Phoenix. It's the greatest thing that ever happened in Lucha Libre history. I'm so glad that he was able to do it. I just really wish I've been hearing he's been getting trained by Chad Gable, and I just really wish he was out there for him. But we all just know James Jeffries.
What kind of a douche are you?
What, me?
Yeah, real to him.
What? Look, this is a show with adults. You don't have to act like it's fucking real, you dipshit. You're not fucking 12.
It's not real?
Kayfabe,
I
bro.
can't wait for that show. People are talking shit about it, but I'm pumped for it.
Oh, the writers one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be something. It'll be something.
Here's my problem with that show, though. It's definitely a Stephanie fucking.
We are pro wrestling.
You don't like Stephanie?
No, it's not that I don't like Stephanie. I just think we already have Stephanie's places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking don't need this stupid weird ESPN show of her just doing fuck all interviews.
Well, no one's watching any of that shit, are they? I'm not watching that.
No, like seriously, they were fucking panning this shit hard, and like that was where like a lot of
probably because no one's watching it.
Well,
so she has the show, but she's about to launch that podcast, and they were pushing that really hard this week.
I hate podcasts.
Me too.
God, you know what? Look at the fucking time. We should just probably just go ahead.
We're just fucking taking over, you know?
Fucking Whitney, he's stupid.
It was a little sad to see Ray lose his first match in Mania. I kind of hoped he was going to win, but whatever. I guess it is too soon for the payoff. Because it's really only been a few weeks that he's been doing the mask.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. We're going to see something between probably those two at Worlds Collide, the AAA WWE NXT Premium Live event, right before Money in the Bank there in LA, which they have to have apparently 2 fucking venues for. What are they doing?
I don't know, but they announced War Games Survivor Series in San Diego, and I was like, that sounds like a great vacation.
November?
I like San Diego. That's a nice place.
San Diego's a beautiful place.
San Diego.
I
believe it's German for a whale's vagina.
Yeah. Let's see here. The War Raiders and the New Day. New Day are the new champs.
Yes, they are. I feel bad for the War Raiders because they really can't catch a break. They had to come down to the ring with this fucking weird, fucked up Clash of Clans gimmick gear. It's all fucking plastic and weird looking and shit. And I feel like this loss was exactly how Vince would have treated him. Like, I'm not lying. Like, this feels like a Vince kind of loss to me.
Nobody can ever be too high, Steve.
Oh, well, especially when you always spell it with just the 1-0. TOO is what you're looking for. Grammar, please.
Do we need to show a video of you dying again?
Yeah. We need to talk about the main event because I got 5 minutes.
Oh, yes.
There's a main event on Friday?
Well, the only two... yeah. God, that whole card was like main event because Triple Threat, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. And so...
And he's using the old emblem again. So good.
This is true,
which means
yeah.
you can reuse the shirt.
I know. I was like, oh my God, I have every one of them.
My God.
That was good.
I'm buying back in,
into it.
bitches.
I'm glad that that's what happened. But it was great. Here's the deal. Like, that's what I said. I was like,
Cinema.
I want to see Heyman turn on both of them, and he joins Rollins.
To see Roman get hit in the back with a steel chair by Seth Rollins 11 years later. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's just never ending. Fuck you, Roman. And I'm for it.
The only thing I'll say is that Paul Heyman's
The second nut shot
to Roman was not really too good.
No, but the wiggling it was a little.
I know
like,
it was like, are you trying to get him out of the match? Or are you trying to excite him?
I have questions about is that just how? There's two avenues of thought here. Is it that small you didn't know where it was, or is it that big you guys just cover a lot of ground? You know, like what are you doing? Is he
maybe Heyman was just enjoying himself?
Is that what we should start calling Roman Reigns a Samoan tripod? Maybe. That's all. That's my only question.
I don't know, but it was fucking perfect. It was a great way to end that shit. It was a great match.
Such a good match.
And then you had on the next night, you have, obviously now we know Braun Breaker is a part of this faction, but you also had Punk come out, who you knew was there. Then you had Romans come out, and I don't know if you guys noticed, if you watched last night, it's the first time they had runoff time in a long time, where they actually showed the fucking, copyright WWE executive producer shit, but then they still went 10 more minutes.
Yeah. Like,
they stopped doing that. So, again, they really made last night feel like the Raw after Mania again, which I feel it lost that feel. And that was great. And then also the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair match worth mentioning because fucking
so good.
Because it pissed off Whitney.
Great match. Tiffany won.
It was such a good match though. Like I can't even hate on it.
Right girl won.
What are you doing, dumbass? Go.
Hey, don't call him that.
Don't talk to Tom like that.
First of all,
I would never talk that nice to Tom.
Call the kid a dumbass, not the cat.
Right. Yeah, honestly, this was a really fun match. Tiffany Stratton, though, fucking worse for wear on this one. Charlotte definitely got the offense in, so it wasn't like they didn't give everybody a chance to shine on this one.
The speed at which they recapped her teeth was fucking amazing, though.
All right,
bye Whitney.
Sorry, I gotta go.
Bye, Wits.
Go take care of that kid that isn't yours. It's such a weird story.
Listening. She's not listening. Shut up.
Yeah. How did she?
All right. Well, you know what, JR? Fuck you.
Yeah, they must have had a dentist in the back.
They gotta have everything back there.
So here's the thing, though. I think probably from the looks of that, she may have already had veneers on.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And one just fell off.
Could have been. I mean, we are in the state of hockey. She grew up in Prior Lake, so who knows?
Just the fact that it was repaired so quickly was it. They certainly didn't repair the lump on her head or the busted lip, but her teeth looked pretty back to perfect again.
Yeah, she definitely played the dumb blonde character pretty well in the fucking presser afterwards. What was it? Roten or written? What did she say that was so fucking terribly off? Roten?
I don't remember.
It was something that was just bad tense wise, bad grammar. I don't know, but it was.
Oh, I remember. I remember it, but now I don't remember what it was. But I remember.
JR just literally goes, "Oh God!" It's like hey man. Again, she might have been a hockey player back in the day. Who knows? I mean, along with the other sports, been hit in the head far too many times. Clearly.
I mean, I thought it was a great match, though. I really did.
But too much pink. Too much fucking pink.
Yeah. A lot of pink. We also had LA Knight taking on Jacob Fatu for that United States Championship. Brand new champion with Jacob Fatu.
I'll say this. Yeah, I forgot some of these matches, actually. By the time when I left your house, I was like, man, like, kind of done. Kind of just done. You know, not because it was like a super long night. We've obviously had longer WrestleMania nights, but kind of just done. I kind of forgot some of these matches, but that was a pretty damn fine match. And Fatu fucking looking real good. with that fucking title, man.
Hell yeah, dude. I hope they let him carry that for a minute because, like, dude,
You got to.
he's a star. He's gonna be top tier here soon. Like, he will in the next 2 years. He will have a major title in WWE.
Well, I mean, that was a major title, right?
But I mean, like he's gonna be main eventing. Like,
he reminded me a lot
undisputed world heavyweight,
Yeah.
WWE, one of them three.
His look and his demeanor reminds me a lot, kind of Bruiser Brody, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Wild man style. Yeah, absolutely.
Which with that, I'll be honest with you, and we've talked about wrestlers that scared us. Like the two that really scared the shit out of me. One was Ox Baker because he's a fucking weird looking bastard with them eyebrows. But Bruiser Brody literally scared me every time. Every time.
Oh yeah.
Have you told his widow that before? You've seen her at Hall of Fame, so
no, because I don't want her to get grabby.
She fucking just hit.
Hey, man, inside conversations here, man. Come on now. Yeah. I hope not Braun Breaker. I'll say this. Braun Breaker, if they get him out of being Goldberg with a slightly better skill set. Now, if they can get him closer to, I mean, realistically, in my mind, Scott Steiner just became just too big. Like, he was just too rigid. I think Rick was actually the better technician in the ring.
100%.
If they could get him back to where he's doing some of the holds and being fucking brutal, I think that's the way to go with Braun Breaker. But this current Braun Breaker, where he's hitting spears, and somebody fucking please tell him, like, don't make me necessarily go to the Rock's cover-up artist for tattoos, but cover up that fucking tribal fucking symbol as quick as you can, Braun, because otherwise you're going to be Goldberg light your whole fucking career, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. I've never been a real big fan.
Well, and to be honest with you, when you think about Rusev coming back, when you think about what they did with Gunther, in my mind, this puts Braun Breaker down a few notches as far as his place in the pecking order. It'll help him to be in with Heyman and Rollins, but I think overall, the fact that there are two guys that are absolute beasts, and Jacob Fatu as well, that his I'm the monster actually has gone down stock wise. I mean, he's a Braun Strowman for all I care.
That's and he's already Braun, right? So,
yeah, like I said, I just can't. I don't know. Not a huge Braun Breaker guy. I was very glad he didn't win the title. But again, what one thing I've always said is maybe if he didn't talk, maybe if they had someone talking for him, and it looks like that's going to happen now. So,
plus him becoming a Paul Heyman guy, and again with the family lineage, I think Paul Heyman could steer him back towards. Hey, there's a couple things you're missing in the skill set as far as being a Steiner, and fucking maybe we get a little bit of a rebrand. If everybody knows he's a fucking Steiner, why don't we just have him be Braun Steiner? Braun Breaker is a terrible fucking name.
If How about Stan Steiner? I'd rather have Stan Steiner than Braun Steiner.
Stan's a real strong male name, like Stan and Jack.
Braun Steiner sounds like that should be a finishing move. He put the Braun Steiner on.
Just get rid of Braun. They've already had one.
Yeah, that's also
recently.
Yeah.
Just name him Fred.
Fred
What's
Steiner.
his real fucking name?
That's a really good.
Steve?
Steve Steiner.
What the fuck? Go ahead. Go with that.
Serves you a beer.
Dog Steiner.
Yeah, Dog Steiner. Why not?
I don't know. We're going to talk.
Bronson Rex Steiner.
Yeah, but they got Bronson Reed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
How about Larry?
That's why he's
Larry Steiner. There's not enough Larrys in the fucking wrestling business.
Yes, there is. There's that stupid dog face gremlin fucking CM Punk carries around or whatever.
But that's not.
Larry.
I mean, technically, Rick Steiner was the original dog face gremlin, but
Yeah.
Larry Steiner. I'm in it.
I mean, it does
No.
work better than Brown Breaker. I will say
Larry
that.
Steiner only if he comes out to polka music. Let's.
And what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, it's hard to be fucking a heel with polka music.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know. It you might actually be uber heel if you got that polka music.
You
on.
come out with polka music and just break ass.
They might be
yeah,
like,
I got a
"Fuck
feeling people ain't going to
you."
like you and do a lot of this shit.
Whoa, Jesus, relax with the fucking.
I'm
Ah.
saying hello.
We'll talk a little bit more about Mania, kind of our favorite moments. We'll get into a couple other incidents that happened outside of the main show there. Really quick though, I just want to promote this, guys. Saturday, Reedley, Iowa, Social Experiment Wrestling World coming down. Look at this card. We got a badass card over here. Notably though, we've got Chris Masters taking on JDX.
Wow.
319 back in action. And then we have a qualifying match for our Youth and Energy Cup between Tom, Bryce Jordan, and ZK47.
Top shelf. Hell yeah. The Golden God himself. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way.
So that's going to be one hell of a match. And then, guys, this weekend, first time ever that we will have a women's match at a Social Experiment show. First women's match in history for Social X. And I'll tell you what, we got Briar Hale with her sister Sage Hale taking on the Spider Blair Onyx. I'm pumped for that match. That's
a hell of a matchup right there.
I think a first time meeting between Briar Hale and Blair Onyx as well, from what I saw today. So
nice.
Saturday night, get your tickets. Reedley, Iowa. It's right by Waterloo. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Up the road about half an hour. It's not a terrible place. Pretty small fucking little town, but that's most of Iowa.
Yeah, I can't wait. Last time we were in that building, it was rocking, that little place.
Jesus, you're gonna be a busy fucking boy though, aren't you? You got fucking Social Experiment X, you got the Madhouse Party on the 10th, and then you got CEW on the 17th. Jesus.
No, so Madhouse 10th, APW 17th, Vacation 24th, and APW on the 31st. And then
so he won't be there to see us in Mason City doing our fabulous show, Tom.
I will not. I will be on my golf trip.
Fuck him.
I don't get why people, and I love Jason Bringle, love you, brother. And again, love Social X, another family for me. But fuck, I hate when people do shows on holidays.
Yeah.
Holiday weekends at all. Yeah. Like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Easter weekend. Like,
but that's the problem though, because some of these holidays are times when people can take their family to shit.
And that's the thing. I get that. As I bitch about it, I am booked for July 4th this year with Central Empire Wrestling. So
there you go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose that's another thing too. Like, Bridge City Slam is always the first full weekend in September. So,
by the way, before we continue with Mania, let me pull that up and let's give that a little bit of a shout out, because
some of the names that Austin's been able to bring in.
Holy shit, is Bridge City going to be one hell of a time this year? Like, legit, dude. Let me get this pulled up. We are in store for one hell of a weekend with Bridge City this year, boys. And probably going to be one of the biggest shows I'll ever announce up to this time when it happens. But Saturday, September 6th, down there in Ottawa, Iowa, Bridgeview Center. Beautiful little arena out there. Look at this. Christy Hemme. We got Jackie. We got the Godfather, Masha Slamovich. We've got Frankie Kazarian, and just announced, and actually Social Experiment Wrestling is responsible for bringing these two to Bridge City. We got the Vad Velad.
Very cool.
I can't wait, dude. We're going to have a blast, you guys. We're going to have a blast.
I mean, I'll get to handle that TNA Women's or Knockouts Championship yet again, probably to bring it over to the ringside table. I'm sure Masha Slamovich actually is probably lined up for a match there at Bridge City. Just like
We
Jordan
don't have
Grace.
to clean up any worms, though.
No,
We don't know this. We do not know what we're gonna have to fucking
we're
clean
pretty
up.
sure.
Right? We weren't
Ain't
supposed to
nobody
clean up
bringing
blood
worms.
last year either, but we had to fucking clean up blood now, didn't we?
No, that's true.
The worms were fucking easy in comparison to the fucking blood because the blood got everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jerry
I don't know,
Thumb
dude. Those
and
worms
Damian
were fucking
Priest.
hard, though, dude.
Damien
It
Saint.
was a pain getting those worms. But yeah, the
Well,
blood.
the worms kept trying to get away, too.
Yeah. But the blood was everywhere.
Yeah. I still was fucking trying to mop that shit up during the fucking intermission with Scott Steiner, and Buff Bagwell. And at one point, Steiner asked, they both asked, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I got to clean up. There's some blood over here and there's some plexiglass. They're like, what? I'm like, oh, the plexiglass is from the Boogeyman. Oh, I'm like, yeah, gimmicks and all. They just kind of laugh at me. I'm just like, I wasn't even trying to be a fucking joke at that point. I was just like, yeah, I mean, that's literally what it is. Like, he fucking hit Jackson King with the fucking, or he hit himself with the clock and then just attacked Jackson King, gave him the worms. By the way, it's good to see Jackson King doing so well fucking across Iowa like that, man.
Yeah, for
now,
sure.
Better. He's in a better spot.
I'm going to tell you right now, though. I've never gotten to meet the Godfather, and I am very excited for that.
You know for a fact, by the way, if there's a strip club anywhere close to Ottumwa, Iowa, he will be there. Because first of all, he's still a manager of a strip club, so I'm sure he's see if there's any talent around. I don't know. Hey, ladies, you want to be a hoe tomorrow?
Doesn't he own it in Vegas?
I think so. Maybe. Yeah, I know he at least was a manager.
I think he might also have his own cannabis now too. I could be wrong on that.
Look at you. 420 was just days ago.
Dude, have you not seen his fucking Instagram? All he does is smoke weed, that man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I can't wait though. Bridge City. We had the time of our lives last year. Thank you to Central Empire Wrestling and our good friend Austin Bayless for letting us be a part of that. We already know we're going back again this year. We're going to have a blast. Man, I'll tell you what, building a friendship with Austin Bayless from Central Empire, it's been probably one of the coolest things in the last year for me in the wrestling business, just because he's such a fucking great guy and he works his ass off. Dude, fucking Papa Bayless out there, like 80s, fucking putting rings up and tearing them down like you don't even know.
Yep. Also, shout out to Austin Bayless because he just got an enclosed trailer with for the cage for his cage setup now. So that man's smart. He's done pretty much damn near everything now. Get trailers for everything. Trailers for days. This man.
Trailers for days.
He's a Wells Cargo fucking or whatever he fucking buys, he uses.
So if we look back at the weekend, boys, and you can pull from anything, even Raw. What are a couple of the highlights for you boys?
Well, let's be honest. These entrances, I mean, I can just do my time if you want me to do this. These entrances, by the way, got me fucking all sorts of thinking about what they were fucking comparable to. So I'll just do my shtick right now. But
yeah, just go for it. I wasn't going to do any specific things. We were just going to talk.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It's quite literally like there's so many things I was comparing this shit to. Like I did take over our Twitter on Sunday, and I tweeted about this: the fact that Cody Rhodes' mask here, it changed a little bit from last time he had this mask. One, it kind of opened by itself or whatever, but very close. If any New Japan fans are out there, to
that's cool.
the Bone Soldier,
and that's free, Dan, huh? Apparently, a Rockin' Wrestling. Sorry, Tom. Rockin' Wrestling, July 19th. In Sheboygan. Free music, Danhausen,
sweet.
Dylan, Hornswoggle gonna be there. Cool, nice. I think it's Waterloo weekend though.
Fair. But yeah, so I think these are comparable. Cody Rhodes and Bone Soldier here, pretty fucking close together. Obviously, you saw earlier Naomi's little fucking shoulder pad thing reminded me very much of the Dragon Ball Z Ginyu Force. Or any like real Saiyans throughout the early parts of Dragon Ball Z. And then the New Day coming out with these interesting little full body suits with some fur accents and this kind of airbrushed or whatever pec and ab and torso. Well, it reminds me of a guy who used to go by El Gigante, but Giant Gonzalez in the WWE right there. Very comparable, but the one who I think stole the show with how bad it looked and how, I mean, honestly, this was really, I think the girl's a star going forward. She's obviously the first ever women's intercontinental champion, but Lyra Valkyria with these fucking weird ass wings that she came to the ring with, I guarantee you Botchamania and Matthew over there might be bringing up the fact that very much like the Birds of Prey from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I just gotta say it, guys. This is the closest thing. Yeah, like they're trying to caw or whatever, even though they're supposed to be eagles.
Fucking D, baby, I could pay you to a kiss.
Yeah. And also too, I can't, I'm sure they're gonna, use Dennis calling D a bird several times if they do clip that. Also from the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode that they're wrestlers, and where Roddy Piper was on that show.
Roddy Piper was on that show twice.
In that episode.
Maniac.
So a lot of crossover appeal, if you will, from previous things. Little known fact, by the way, I don't know if New Day did this on purpose with the similarities to Giant Gonzalez, but the last time Giant Gonzalez wrestled in WrestleMania was the last time they're in Vegas, and he took on the Undertaker right there. And Undertaker left WCW as Mean Mark to escape working with El Gigante because he hated him so much because the guy is just stiff, couldn't work at all. And then as soon as he gets to WWF, within 2 years, they sign El Gigante, make him Giant Gonzalez. And he had to work with him.
Match. He didn't do shit with WWE. He was not there long.
No,
I think after that Mania 9 match, they're like, okay, you can go now.
It was a bit of an Iron Man mask. You're not wrong there, Victor. And,
it was kind of cool that the mouth opened on Cody's mask.
Yeah, that's why I think it was like more like an Iron Man mask.
Oh, okay, cool.
A toy store called Freak Toys, which I'm sure Ethan Page probably hit up before in his toy hunts videos.
I think I don't know if I've said this on here. We've kind of promoted it, but I don't think any of us have actually talked about like what our plans are for Hall of Fame weekend in Waterloo, Iowa this July. I plan on being in town, and I plan on going to the Friday night show. Otherwise, I'm just basically going to be there to see my buddy Wes. I will not be at any of the events or Hall of Fame, though. As of now, it could change.
That's fair.
Could change, but as of now, that's the plan. I'm just going to hang out with my buddy. I ain't going to be around everything except.
Are you guys doing a podcast?
I don't believe so. No.
Well, and we're not asked to do the music. Right. Bryce Jordan's in the chat.
What up? I think so. Yeah, right. Because it was the show was
Friday last
year.
And they did show was Friday last year. They did the banquet on Saturday.
And usually they do it the other way, right? Friday. Okay, so yeah, they put it back to whatever it always has been.
Just remember, guys, you can see Bryce Jordan, though, Social Experiment X this weekend in Reedland, Iowa, taking on ZK47.
Oh, no, they did banquet last year, Friday, and then show Saturday, right? Because they wanted to keep everybody there. This year, I think the show's back on Friday. Yes.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, because the show used to always be Friday. And then I think they switched it. Yeah, there you go.
Well, and part of it is too, like, I don't know. Again, we're not hired to do anything as of yet.
We'll see you this weekend, though, if you could take on ZK for that qualifying match, brother.
Well, I mean, Bryce Jordan's the man. He's the golden god. He's going to win for sure.
Shut up, Tom.
Jesus, JR, would you calm down, you old curmudgeon? Just because you have
how many people are in it, Tom? How many people are on that poster?
20.
More than just one.
True.
And you're just talking about one.
Oh, it was 21.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Fucking hell. Pretty close though.
I will say though that JDX Chris Masters match, that's going to be a banger. So will be Hart and Bauer.
He's gonna
There
win the
you
whole
go.
cup, JR.
Win the
Fuck
whole
you.
cup. Aaron Arsenal 319, very popular down in Reedley, Iowa. So that's going to be a good match.
I don't know
Again,
if Bryce. I just want to say I don't know if Bryce heard this. At the beginning of the year, I made a promise that I would not call him the Golden Weasel any longer.
You did say this.
Never call him the Golden Weasel again.
Although you just said it twice now.
But I'm just saying that I'm not going to call him the Golden Weasel anymore. I'm going to start calling him the Golden Shower.
That's first of all, that's offensive. Also, I feel like you're kink shaming people, but you do.
Hey, what you do in your own time, Tom, is up to you. I don't care what you do.
Well, you shouldn't call him the Golden Shower. That's offensive to some people.
To who?
I don't know. Not me. I don't give a fuck what people do in the privacy of their own home.
Then Golden Shower it is.
I'm just saying, like, what's wrong with you, man?
Nothing.
I mean, call him like the false idol or something like that.
Golden Weasel. What?
Okay.
Tom? What would you want me to be? All of a sudden, proper? You want me to be politically correct when I talk about your young man wrestler?
Oh, Joe Hendry's on NXT.
Yeah, he was voicing his disdain towards Olufemi.
Wait, was the entrances your favorite moments then, or do you actually have some moments that your top moments of Mania weekend?
Well, those are just some of the ones I remember the most because, again, they were disruptive to my fucking thought process of this is wrestling. Like, nope, clearly there's other fucking things going on here. No, my favorite moment of WrestleMania weekend was seeing Paul Heyman turn on both CM Punk and Roman Reigns and align himself proper with a true people's champion in Seth Rollins. I mean, I don't know if there was a single boo, to be honest with you. I mean, booing of Heyman, but I don't think a single person booed Seth Rollins winning that match, by the way.
That whole match, that was like everybody was just over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no one was going to get booed that whole match. And again, the shock factor, like people were just with it. They loved it. And it was beautiful.
Now, one question we brought up a little bit at WrestleMania was the fact of, and you mentioned Vaudevillains are going to be there this weekend as well. Or not this weekend, excuse me, Bridge City Slam.
Bridge City Slam.
Yeah. Is WWE going to be able to come up with a tag team division again? Because we only saw one tag team belt on the line for the men's, right? I mean, we had the women's obviously too, because they only had the 4 women's matches. So, I mean, could the Vaudevillains make it back?
Anything's possible. I mentioned it earlier. If you haven't already seen Stand and Deliver from NXT from Saturday, phenomenal show, fucking great show. Is it Faxion was the NXT champions?
Faxion.
Dude in the man, yeah. So fucking great tag team, right? They're quick, lucha style, super fast. And they took on Hank and Tank, who I actually was kind of unfamiliar with because we don't catch NXT a lot, and I had actually kind of not been keeping up on it a whole lot, like bits of it here and there. And you know what it reminded me? It reminded me of Otis and what was his tag guy's name?
The other guy.
No. Like their original NXT gimmick.
Heavy machine.
Heavy machine.
Yeah, Tucker. There you go.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that, but this works. I guess. I don't know.
To be honest,
if you haven't seen them, Hank and Tank, they're the new NXT tag champs. I was extremely impressed by them and the match that big fucker Tucker. Yeah, I love it. That they put on Saturday. And then, again, Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. What a fucking match. Ricky Saints retains, which makes me think that Ethan Page is hitting main roster real soon. Probably keep Ricky down there for a little while for that title run, but I don't think he'll be far after. And then again, that women's match that they had, First of all, the women's ladder match on Stand and Deliver. Sol Ruka comes out winning. But again, fucking banger, dude. So good. And then the Fatal 4-Way. Stephanie Vacchia retains. And just, again, a fucking solid-ass match. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Look at this.
What a surprise.
Oh, shit.
What a surprise.
Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I made it.
Yes,
I made it to finally.
Look at this.
Finally, Nerd
man
has come back to two.
We'll put him in a proper upper corner here.
Oh, yes. This corner is top shelf, and I like that.
You get it, my friend. You get it. I love how much the piss out you are.
Hopefully date night went well.
Oh, yeah, no, it's still going.
Yeah,
I asked for a minute or two to come hang out with the boys. Get you a good one. They'll let you talk wrestling with your friends.
There it is. There it is.
That's very fair. Very fair,
dude. Well, we don't want to waste all your time, so man, let's get into it. Let's chop it up.
Let's get into it. I know you guys have probably chatted.
Oh, we've been talking, but like, we want your take. What did you think?
I'll give my hottest takes first, just in case we run out of time. And I want to say those. My hottest take is that night one was a masterclass of wrestling storytelling, the main event, specifically for wrestler characters. Paul Heyman showed everyone that the wrestling business is bigger than just the athletes in the center of the ring. That there are so many other characters that you can build stories around. And Paul Heyman was the center of that whole story. Like, the match, you are not going to remember the moves they did because it wasn't necessarily particularly memorable, like what they did to each other. But like that last bit, him getting when he went to get the chair, from that moment on, it was the best thing of WrestleMania. I know a lot of people have other things they'd like to say, and I agree with them to a certain extent, but it was the best thing about WrestleMania was seeing Paul Heyman betray Roman, then betray Punk, and then betray Roman to ally with Seth Rollins, of all people. It's a person who's never really been connected to in any real way. And even for the people who like, oh, he's going to go with Seth. Like, come on. Like, okay, sure, he could have done that, but it also could have been, Brock's music was never gonna hit, but like somebody else gonna come back, and it was gonna be one of those things. So like, I don't know. I think Paul Heyman's a manager. He is a manager. He is not a superstar, and he managed to be the main event of WrestleMania, and people aren't talking about it like that, and that's crazy. So I was just like, I say all the time, I'm learning to wrestle. Y'all know I'm learning to wrestle. I'm learning to wrestle, but I got into this 20 years too late. But I'm not going to be doing the big. But Heyman, that's someone I would like to aspire to. He has now paved the way for anybody else who might not be able to lift 600 pounds above their head or flip around crazy. Like, hey, there's a way. If you can act, if you can make people believe the shit you're selling, you can main event WrestleMania, and you don't have to take a bump. You don't have to take a single bump. He just low-blowed two dudes and walked out like the winningest man of the night.
Yeah, he was the prize. He was the true prize that night.
He was the prize. That's who they were fighting for. The only person that wasn't fighting for that was Seth, which is why he went with him. And now Braun is over there. If you watch Monday, or we all watch Monday Night Raw. Braun's over there now, which I hate to be like, ooh, we're just gonna. So Triple H's first big idea is to make Evolution again, but we will set that aside for another time. We will set that aside for another time.
So
the guy who uses the pedigree, big strong guy who doesn't talk much, old guy who gives them all wisdom.
Yeah.
Who's coming next? I wonder.
So do you think Becky's going to go with him?
That makes sense. I mean, like, if you take Evolution, you have Becky Lynch go there. I think you need one more male superstar to cover the tag bit. I don't know who that would be. It may be Finn leaving Judgment, or it has to be someone younger. So Carmelo Hayes is a possibility. I think they're going. In my head, or theory again, I guess. I don't think that's shit. I think that's, but like it's just Evolution again. And so unless they're gonna pivot in a way that I wasn't expecting, like when they kicked out Edge in the Judgment Day, like after 2 minutes, like if they, let's say, pull a swerve like that, I have a feeling it's just gonna be Killer Cross. Yeah, I can see Cross joining up. Reed, I don't know him, Seth. That seems weird, but yeah, I can see Reed. For the bigness, if anything else, just to muscle. You have Braun, but like an attraction, you know what I mean? Like you just pay to see him. Like, so I don't know. Becky Lynch is probably the best out of all of those to like cover the thing that the Bloodline never did, was allow that story to bleed into the women's wrestling. And so I think Becky will allow the new Evolution storyline to bleed into the women's division and allow them to get some of that shine. LA Knight would be real interesting, but I think his catchphrase is too face right now. He'd have to not want to do that. And I think he's selling too many t-shirts. But that's probably not a bad idea. He's selling Slim Jims and getting t-shirts right now, and he's got a time clock on that shit too. So I think he's gonna ride this. Yeah, I think he's gonna ride this face train as far as it'll take him, and get the payday from that, and then he'll switch up on his way out. The only other person I could see, and now this would be crazy. This is my personal pick for whatever this little thing is going to be. Jimmy.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Jimmy is the pick. Like, because Paul Heyman could be like, "You're the one." Roman said it was Jay, and he was wrong. And I told him he was wrong, but he didn't listen to me. And now look at him. But I'm telling you, Jimmy, join us and be a part of this, and it's not your family, and it's da-da-da-da-da-da. And then later on, when this super group goes off to fight the baby faces of the company, you can have a Jimmy and Jay feud that's better than their first one, and might have the title on the line even. And like that could be massive. You know what I mean? But like, so that's my pitch. If they're gonna do this new Evolution route, which I know they would hate to say that's what it is, but it looks like what it is. If they're going that way, I'd pick Jimmy, and I would have him do that. Jay's got the Uso face covered, and if Roman's dipping out, put that. He's good heel. He's a good chicken shit crazy heel guy. Let him do that. And then have him face it. So that's my first thing. WrestleMania Night 1, that's my first thing.
There we go.
Best thing is that. My hottest take of the night 2, again, main event, because that's the one you want to talk about the most. Even though I will say, was that night 2? It was night 2. Shocking that Dominic Mysterio won that. I will say. I actually popped, like genuinely. I was like, holy shit, like, oh yeah, like, okay.
Let's
like,
go.
It didn't feel wrong. He's been the top heel of the company for like 4 years running.
Yes.
He can't even talk on the mic. They boom so much. He's earned that. Like just like Jay being the best for the title spot because he's the most popular. Not necessarily because he's the best wrestler and or the most dynamic, but he's the most popular. People like him, and therefore put the title on him. They want to buy his T-shirt, sell the toothpaste. Jey Uso, on the opposite side of the spectrum, the biggest heel of the company is the person that people want to boo the most and want to and have fun booing them. Dominic Mysterio has been that for 4 years. So put the title on him. When I saw it, I was shocked, but I was like, hell yeah. Of course it was. And I'm glad they cheered because, Mania crowds.
Yeah.
My friend was asking me, is that normal? And I said, this is my hottest take of WrestleMania as a whole. WrestleMania is not for wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania is not for wrestling fans. It's not for pro wrestling fans. If you're a pro wrestling fan, WrestleMania is not really for you. You're not going to get the payoff you think you're going to get because a lot of these people just have money. They don't have passion for it. They just have money. So like this is like a ticket. It's an item. It's a Vegas show. Oh yeah, let's go see the professional wrestlers. They don't know who these guys are. So like when they see a guy, they just cheer for a guy. And if they hear the last name Mysterio, they're like Rey Mysterio from when I was 13, and they're gonna be like, yeah, and they're going like, yay, and that's all they're thinking about because they're in Vegas and they've been drinking for 2.5 days.
Yeah.
So,
now, I got a question for you, though. Did you because night one, it was there night two, but did you pop it all for that Nas retowel that you could see?
I did
a little bit.
Like, oh, yeah, Minnesota mentioned. We can't get escape Nas Reed. Nas Reed's going to be the 30th entrant to the Royal Rumble.
But those towels have been everywhere, man. They've been over in London for
rallying it in. I'm here for it. Shout out to Tiffy, by the way, Minnesota's own Tiffy. Tiffy time for retaining that title, chip tooth and all. Girl fought for it. I love that. My wife was like, I like her. She looked like Barbie. I was like, hell yeah, getting people into this.
Yeah, she's like Bruiser Barbie right now.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'm here for it. I would like more of that. And I like if she kept going this route. I like her coming out in the box. I hope it's not just Mania.
Yeah.
Or if it's PLEs only, I hope that's a thing that she gets to do. And every time it's a different outfit, every time it's a different thing, like fully accessorize her. Let's do that. I think that's great. 100%. But on my night 2 main event thing, I would say, first and foremost, shout out to whoever that tech guy is. That tech person, whoever that tech person was, who, from whatever got into their left-sided brain, John Cena is about to walk out for his last WrestleMania ever. And what I should do is follow him out of the gorilla position in front of 61,000 people. And just be there and just stand there and just sit kind of off in the corner.
So weird.
Like, ooh, like I'm Triple H. I know what's about to happen. I know how historic everything from the beat of the music is going forward. You are fired.
Yeah.
Oh, fired. You're fired so much because you're not even supposed to be
right.
But like you can't turn around and go oops because then you're the guy who turned around and went oops when John Cena's walking out for his last WrestleMania in the history of WrestleMania.
Yeah. We all saw you. You just don't. You just like crouch there. It's like, geez, what are you be doing? You don't have cables in hand or anything.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I totally forgot about that. I'm so glad you brought that back.
It never stopped coming to my mind the whole match, and I know that happened to other people, and that's how I know people are underwhelmed with this main event. And I think one of the reasons why they're underwhelmed by the main event because it didn't feel like that because they had tech issues that are like Bush League, that are like regular. You know what's about to happen. Absolutely nobody should be 2 steps behind John Cena on the main event of WrestleMania 2. He didn't even he was behind him. Who is this kid? Okay, sorry.
Well, because they did that. What they had like a banner. I think it was for Naomi or something like that. And there's 2 people who were just having to hold this thing. I'm like, this looks shoddy as fuck. Like, what are we doing?
Like, what are you doing? This is y'all. It's $3,000 a ticket. Y'all couldn't pay for like a coordinator for the day. Like that's insane. But okay.
McAfee got in the going out when they were leaving the ring. He got caught in the camera shot behind Cena too.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here going, what is happening, you guys? Are you guys? That's why. Okay, I'll go back. Not the main event. We'll talk about the main event. I thought it was good. I tell people, I've been telling people, WrestleMania is no longer the period of the sentence in professional wrestling. It used to feel that way. It's not that way all the time now. Right. Like, this was the start of John Cena's reign. It wasn't the end, the big end fight. They barely talked. Like it wasn't going to be this big drag out spectacle ridden superstars return, because that's what we got last year.
Mhm.
That's what we got last time with Cody. So like, why would they do that again with this? No, it was going to be slow. John Cena was going to do stuff that we don't normally see him do, which was slow and cocky.
Yeah.
And like, I could just do this. I could just do this if that's all I need to do. I thought the shoulder tackles when he was like the slow version of the 5 moves of doom. I love that. I hope he does that again. I hope he keeps doing that. Like, that's funny. It's funny. It's cool. It shows how dominant he is. I didn't like Travis Scott coming out.
Thank you. It felt clunky, right?
I
No
didn't like
point to it
Travis.
without The Rock.
Yeah, I didn't like Travis Scott. I thought it was going to be The Rock. When I heard Travis Scott, I was like, okay, Travis Scott's going to come out, and then The Rock's going to come out, and they're both going to do some stuff. I don't mind if it's Travis Scott and wrestler.
Yeah.
I don't like, that's where I don't mind. I don't mind if it's Travis Scott plus wrestler. And I also don't mind if Travis Scott is learning to professional wrestler. I'm learning to professional wrestle. So like, I love that other people want to learn how to do this. That being said, like, I wouldn't put him in NXT. Like, I don't even think he's there yet. Like, I don't think he's there yet. So to put him in the ring with Cody Rhodes, like, they put him in the ring, like, to have him jump the line so far, even if he's just a celebrity. If he's just a celebrity, then it's a different thing. But if he is learning to wrestle, wow.
Mhm.
Like, wow. There's like a lot of people in the back that you could have picked.
True.
That's crazy. And there's a lot of people that are wrestlers that you could have picked that no one even knew about. You could have done that. Or just, had him do more wrestling before this. Like, and then have us go like, oh yeah, Travis Scott. Like, okay. He comes by. He's like Stephen Amell. He shows up every now and then. Stephen Amell would have been
He was
great.
there.
He's fought Cody
And he
Rhodes
was there.
before. Like,
he
so
was
I'd
there.
be like, all right, at least there's some synergy there. Like, Travis Scott showing up ruined it.
Well, and now
Ruined
it's
it for me.
a giant question mark of like, okay, so how does him and Rock now going to tie into all of this?
All this. And I know that's
Cena
for
and all-
later. It's for
Yeah.
later. Because that's the bit. It's not,
Mhm.
this isn't the end of a story. It's the beginning of Cena's reign as the last true champion or whatever he's calling himself. I am excited for that. I remember said I went to sleep in a world where Ric Flair was the best and would always kind of just like be that. And now I woke up and there's a guy who I've been watching since I was a kid, and he's the best. And I've seen him. Like, I've seen him because Ric Flair I always heard was good. And I always heard was amazing. And even when you go back and watch some of the matches, you do so from a guy who's watching it from before. I wasn't living it. You know what I mean? I didn't believe or not believe like Flair fans truly got to. But like for me, I watched John Cena from Ruthless Aggression till now. And so like I'm sitting here going like, yeah. If you ask me who needs to be the best, I would be like black people, because he stole his entire aesthetic from us. And it's crazy that we're not talking about that now.
I thought honestly, I thought for a second if your heel turn was gonna also be like Hulk Hogan was the best of all time. We're gonna be like, oh damn, nerd, you went off the rails here, man. Like, okay.
My heel turn was no one saw it coming. The pro Hogan heel turn. No, but no, honestly, John Cena is the guy. Like, he's the guy who deserves it. I'm excited for that.
What's your feels on Orton attacking him Monday?
Perfect.
Yep.
They got to run it back. Are you kidding? They have to run it back. They have to run it back. That would be dumb if they didn't.
I know.
Especially with
Orton is
Backlash
still
being in
in
St.
it.
Louis.
Cena's still in it. I would be upset. I'm sad that Edge is over on the other company, because like, run it back. Like, you know what I mean? You got to run it back. So I think that he should. The people I hope that he fights before he leaves are Orton, which looks like it's happening. I really think it'd be fun for him to fight Fatu.
Yeah.
And just like this, the two of them, like face Fatu versus John Cena, do a little Umaga like story.
Very
I think
true.
that was another big one for me, at least when I'm watching John Cena. Umaga was a big thing for him.
Oh my God.
And then I think I know I want those two. Then whoever's next, I'd like them to be new guys that are really going for it. I could see it being fun to have like a Trick Williams or Hayes if they went face or something, but I don't know how that would work with their characters right now. Someone young that's not Cody, that's like completely new, or someone that Barrett picks.
Ooh.
And like have Barrett be like a manager guy to them. Like again, like I said, not anybody really, but have Barrett be like, yo, this is the guy, and I know what you do, Cena, to these new guys. Like, and I know what you're about, and bring back Shoveler Cena for one last little bit. And then the final match. Shit, I mean,
does he lose back to Cody or?
Honestly, no, I don't think so. I think Cody can go do other stuff. Like, I love Cody Rhodes. I want Cody Rhodes to still be top of the card. I think that he needs to have a different type of fight that's for the main championship.
Well, so here's an idea then, right?
Okay.
CM Punk's in the company. The Summer of Punk, right, where CM Punk took those titles and went home, right? That's still a big fucking story, and if we're going to see that pay off as far as one last time Cena and Punk, because Punk's technically face, Cena heel, it's a different dynamic.
Yeah,
that might be the way to end this thing, which would piss me the fuck off because I am really over CM Punk right now, and I know JR probably feels the same way too. But like,
although it would be such a crazy twist to be
right, Punk
is the guy now that beat Cena to keep the title in WWE,
right? I mean, that's
I think having him fight Punk would be good.
I hate it, but like
I don't know who the last guy's gonna be.
I think the last guy needs to be special, and I know either that or it needs to be someone from like LFG. Like it either needs to be someone so special that we just not seeing it for whatever reason.
Kind of like Full Circle with him and Angle.
Exactly. That's my thought. Like it would be someone from just like, and then everyone would be like, well, what's who the fuck, what's LFG? If John Cena says whoever wins the LFG tournament is who I'm gonna fight at whatever the last match I ever do is, then everyone's rushing to LFG to figure out who all of these people are and who's the possibility, you know what I mean? And then have them just come out and just be a nobody. Like an actual nobody, and catapult them to the top of the card, like 100, and win. Cena goes out back to the lights to this guy that nobody knows. I think that if I was John Cena and I've done everything in this business, you're officially the best there's ever been, like title wise. If you're gonna count that as a measure of best, you are the best that there is. Why not? Throw the ladder down, especially because the number one complaint that people had about you was that you didn't do that, and you got to where you're at by specifically not doing that. And it would be such a change of pace for the wrestling industry as a whole to see that on a massive scale. So even though I'm sure Hunter, I don't know why I call him Hunter, it's not even his real name. Fucking, I'm sure that Triple H, all of all of those dudes have a plan, and it's super cool, and they've thought it all out, and it's really, really great. But like, if it was me, I would have him fight through the hits, win every one by hook or by crook. Doesn't really matter how. Keep bringing in celebrities. That's hilarious. Like literally, like actually, and just keep pissing wrestling fans off, because that's what he said he was going to do. He was going to ruin wrestling. I thought that was fun. So bring more Travis Scott types, people who don't know what they're doing. And we could just be like, this is ridiculous. Why is Honey Boo Boo pulling people down? John Stewart's back, and he's like,
didn't you hit him with a fucking chair before? Like,
so wait, final verdict: does Cena go out as a heel, or will he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I say he goes out with his back of the lights. I think the guy wins. Whoever the person is, it might not even be a guy. It could be a lady. That could be kind of fun, crazy. But like,
Ripley.
It could be fun.
No, he Nikki Bella on his way out the door.
Yeah, just move,
Nikki Bella.
Hey, by the way, But like whoever it is, yeah, I think he beat that person beats them, and then John Cena raises their hand. Like I think he'll just be like they'll take a second, they'll acknowledge each other. This is my first championship. I just beat your 17th. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he or she raises their hand. John Cena raises their hand. And they, walk off into he walks, like, the winner, the guy walks off onto the distance. Give John Cena a full bit to take his shoes off, put him in the ring, and let him walk. Like, I say that's what you do. I say he goes on his back as a heel, but then he'll just immediately be face because he's done.
Well, but if he's still wearing those Cactus Jack shoes, he ain't going to leave those in the ring. Those are fucking far too expensive, man.
They're too expensive.
Way too expensive.
Put them in a box with a lock on it, and then
yeah.
So that's what I think.
You guys, like, bring these back. I'm retired, guys. It's over, but like, bring these back. I can't just leave them here.
He said there's no amount of money you can get to get him to come back after he's done in December, and I was like, ooh, that sound like wrestling. You can't say that. I've seen people say that, and then Saudi Arabia calls with like $8 million full of like oil and, and gold and shit, and now you're wrestling the Undertaker, like
right. Right.
I can't lift my walker, but I'll wrestle one more time.
One more time for that payday. So I'm excited to see him hang up the boots, because if he shows back up, I'm gonna be like, you lying jerk. I have never switched up on Cena. From day one, I've been a Cena fan. Never switched. I loved Super Cena. I didn't give a shit what anybody said. I've been a fan of Cena this whole time, and this is a reasonable crash out by his heel persona, and I've been here for it.
Yep.
You know what I want to see? If he gets some of that Saudi money to do a crown jewel or something like that, he has to take on that fake Yokozuna they brought in for the or the Ultimate or whatever. That's what I want to see, man. It's just some guy who has to get a payday because, like, hey, you're a sumo wrestler and you sort of look like the Samoan guy that we used to have as a sumo wrestler. So, like, yeah. Like, that dude just gets a fucking payday just because, John Cena's going to be there for $50 million.
Yeah, for
like,
$50 trillion and a jet and an island. Like, okay. All right, Cena.
The island's more enticing right now. Like,
yeah, I'll wait. We'll wait and see what that sounds like. Because I remember Shawn Michaels saying that he lost his smile. Don't you lie to me, Cena. But anyway,
we have all seen Ric Flair's last match ever, his retirement match.
80 matches. I've watched Ric Flair retire 1,000 times.
It's funny you say that because to this day, I still say I was at Michael's last match because I don't count the crown jewel match that he did.
Nice.
You shouldn't. Like, everyone in that match doesn't count that fucking match. Like, fucking both the Taker and Kane were fucking passed out almost.
I want Cena to fight. I want Cena to fight Flair. I want Cena versus Ric Flair.
He wanted to be there.
Ric Flair is like, absolutely not. I'm getting my record back. How dare you?
Yeah, he would do it. Dude, he would do it. Flair would. There's no way he would ever say no to that.
That would be amazing. Could you imagine? That'd be hilarious too. Put it on the card. Have John Cena just beat up a 90-year-old man. Like, that's insane.
Dude, you're probably not wrong. Ric Flair's probably already pitching it to Hunter. Like,
he is. He's already called it.
He said he was going to be there. He wanted to be there. And then AEW's like, nope. You're not going to WrestleMania.
Of course AEW is going to say no because... also, this was my takeaway from Mania as a whole, and I know you guys are getting ready to wrap off. But this is something I've been thinking about. This is just me. I think that WWE might be getting too big. I officially think that WWE might be reaching critical mass. I thought about it multiple times during the 2-night WrestleMania. Like, I was like, there's so many ads in the match. There's so many, like, in the match. They're talking about dude wipes. And I remember I was laughing with my wife because I'm sitting here going like, man, I don't remember this being this way.
Never.
Like every second of every match, they're selling me something. John Cena is about to break Ric Flair's all-time world heavyweight record against Cody Rhodes, the son of Dusty Rhodes, this person that we've been the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get to them fighting without you coming to a guy in a drumstick costume, dancing around, talking about America's favorite Sunday punk.
I thought that.
Crew.
Oh my god, I thought that was hilarious. I was like
I was
literally
just
about
like,
to have
yo,
the biggest
what
match
is
of the
happening?
week.
Like, can't these stories tell themselves? Aren't you selling something that's worth the price of admission? If I bought a movie and the whole movie has ads and not product placement, ads, like straight up, like word for word ads in the middle of a scene is insane to me. I think WWE's officially gotten too big. I think they don't have a clear direction anymore. I think they're doing the thing that they used to do, which is buying up a bunch of territories they don't need to do that to. AAA was insane to me. And like to see that happen, I was like, well, damn, we're just colonizing wrestling again. Like that's what we're doing. It's the expansion, but now it's the world. Like, because not that I like AEW, because I don't, to be honest. I'm not a huge AEW fan, but I'm a fan of the wrestlers there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of the talent there. And I'm a fan of the idea that maybe other people could do shit good.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so like this idea that like WWE is canceling out their competition by absorbing them is weird.
Right.
And I think we've reached critical mass on them.
Now, if you recall, they had plans to do that before the pandemic.
I do. I remember.
Well,
I still again, the times that WWE was bad, bad was when they had no competition.
Yeah.
When they had no one else around to show other people just how death-defying and how interesting and how weird and specific wrestling could be. It just became toothpaste ads. It just became Triscuit ads and Snickers ads and I get it's for kids, a lot of it. I get that it's 75% for kids, and I'm really not supposed to think this seriously about it. But God damn it, I do. Like, I don't know. I just do. I just do feel that serious about it. And I feel like you can do both.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you could do both. Why don't you just, for the last hour of WrestleMania, we will present it with you with no ads. For the last, like, this is wrestling. We are here for that. Like, that's which worth the price.
Well,
dude, that's why house shows are so much more fun than anything else.
Well, so also there, like for me, there's also another thing involved with this too. Is you know, this is not just Triple H's call. This is Nick Khan's call. This is
TKO.
If we have money that can come in, we are not going to turn this down. This is UFC. This is why the net is now with all the sponsors, which is fine.
Yeah,
New Japan's been doing it for years. WCW used to do it for certain like pay-per-views or whatever too. Like it's been done. Like you make sense. Like hey, but if I'm seeing all in the ring anyways. All these advertisers, I don't need you to say, basically call Dominic Mysterio shit indirectly by saying, like, I think he needs a dude wipe. Like, I love Pat McAfee, but also,
I was just like, what is going on? This
but also,
used to
like,
be a wrestling show.
Yeah,
right.
But you're right. Like, I think the buy-in to AAA is more just because I think that they really want to emphasize Lucha Libre to the point, like WCW and like even ECW used to do way back in the day with like the cruiserweights. And so they need a feeder system for that because no one in WWE is really like, let's go down to Mexico and scout some guys. They're like, no, because even the guys they have on the roster, most of those guys either, you know, like Penta and Phoenix had to go through AEW first, but those guys were in TNA. So at one point they could have just said like, oh, we'll get them.
I think that my example for AAA being bought by WWE is Chipotle. There was a time where Chipotle was its own thing.
Yep.
And all y'all know when that time was and what happened when they got bought by a mega corporation that's just about churning out the next action figure. And so, like, while, yes, I am sure that the wrestlers right now at the beginning of the pyramid scheme are going to get the most out of it because that's how pyramid schemes work. But like the new wrestlers and Lucha Libre as an institution, I feel like is gonna get its card checked now because knock, 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 Uncle Sam, Mick Wrestling is here. and we're gonna take over your shit, and we can pay your guys ridiculously more than you guys can by like GDP alone. Like just the conversion rate, we're about to just make your other venues nothing. Capitalism does not rest. This is me getting on my fucking you watch me pull on my little beret and go crazy. Capitalism doesn't give a shit about professional wrestling. They're not going to preserve. It's not going to preserve the history of lucha libre for people to come. People who don't speak Spanish now own AAA. Yep. That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. And they're sending Jeremy Borash to head AAA.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Here comes JD McDonough, AAA world champion. Like I'm just.
First of all, it's the Mega Championship, if I remember correctly. But also, you couldn't have sweet talked Vampiro or Conan into just sticking around and being the producers backstage.
I mean, they might be, but
they might be. And like I said, there's the money there. It's the mouse theory all over again. They take Star Wars, they take Marvel, they take all this stuff. You know, do I like my favorite stuff having more money behind it? Yeah. Do I like the idea that we're all going to be shaved off? Do you think someone like Penta or someone like Rey Fenix could have made it to the degree that they made it if they had to go through WWE at first? No. Like that's what happened in those years where they had no competition.
Yeah,
that's
Lucha
exactly
Libre is not
what happened. Was that everyone just sort of got shaved down and became bland. And while Triple H, I believe, is a little bit just younger than Vince, and so just has a different mindset of what's cool, we also see that he's already sort of out of touch with shit. Like he says shit that people don't vibe with every now and then. You know, he seems to take correction, which is helpful, but like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm happy to be wrong. I love professional wrestling.
Let me ask this real quick then too. So you said out of touch with like the wrestling landscape somewhat, right? So they buy AAA, because you mentioned as far as like Lucha Libre is not really WWE's strength anyways, right? Like I remember S.A. Rios, but honestly, if it wasn't for Lita, no one really remember him. Rey Mysterio is the only one that really has done anything outside of like Eddie Guerrero and Chavo, but even Chavo they turn into fucking Curran White. Probably the worst thing they ever fucking did to anybody was put Psychosis, Super Crazy, and Juventud Guerrero in a group, call them Mexicools, and ride on a lawnmower. How early do we see that in this shit, dude?
That's what I'm saying. Like Triple H said he doesn't see color; he only sees talent. So if you can't see color, I don't see how you would be able to effectively run a Lucha Libre institution. But
just put every white guy under a mask and just tell
let it fly. I'm cool with whatever. I want Lucha Underground to come back, so I'll try to hold my breath. Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Underrated, by the way.
I would love if Lucha Underground came. Hey, thanks for popping in, brother. We always love it. And I've heard nothing but amazing things from south of us about the work you're doing. Getting trained by one of the best down there, Mr. Clay Cooper.
We out here. First class. If you're not first, you're last.
Hopefully we see you in the next few months here at a show. Maybe.
Who knows? You never know.
Who knows?
Just be watching out. I've got my moves ready.
All right, Jay. All right, take us out. Oh, real quick, guys. Again, Saturday, come see me. Reedley, Iowa. Main event. Chris Masters taking on JDX. Full card there. First women's match ever in Social X history, too. Blair Onyx to Hales Twins. Join me Saturday night in Reedley, Iowa.
And I will be at the good old New Hope Cinema Grill on Saturday. I think the show starts at 8 o'clock.
There we go.
Everybody, thank you for watching. Whether it was Twitter, whether it was YouTube, whether it was Twitch. Love you all. We'll see you next week. And again, thank you. Oh, by the way, Nerd D, we need you to do one little thing. We need you to just say, and the Poshmark Princess Whitney, because she's been bitching about she's
and
not
the Poshmark Princess.
Yeah,
what's her name?
I don't know. I don't want to try to dictate.
We'll fill you in later. I don't know if you've seen it, but we have a fourth host now. She dipped
out. What?
She dipped out a little before you got on tonight because she had a kid with her. And
snap! Okay, yeah. Well now I'm excited to come back.
Yeah, brother.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.